Hey guys, welcome to Stacking the Shelves for the weekend of December 7th, I believe. I'm doing this kind of early in the week because I have time to. I took some vacation days after Thanksgiving, so I have a little bit extra time. I have a ton of library books this week, so I'm going to go ahead and just go through them. I'm moving something over so I can stack my books out of here. All right, these just were all library books. I got no review books or I didn't buy anything. They're just all library books. And the first one I got is Space Boy Volume 5 by Stephen McCraney. This just came out, I think, either last week or the week before. And it's the fifth and most recent book in the Spacebook graphic novel series. I really liked the first couple books of the series and I thought it got a little slow. So we'll have to see how this one ends up. But me and my son have both been reading that and enjoying it. The next one I got has been out for a while, but I don't know why I haven't read it. I'm a huge Sean McGuire fan, but I have not yet read Middle Game by Sean McGuire, so I did get this from the library to read. It's about two, or at least one mathematical genius or something like that. I read it's about a Sean McGuire book, and I will like reading it. I think it's an adult one. And then I have already read this one. I got Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. I probably said that wrong, but this is the second book in the Simon Snow series. Carry On was the first one. And I read this already, so I'll give a little mini review. It's a young adult kind of fantasy, more contemporary fiction and tone kind of thing. It was okay. Like, I liked it. I think I gave it 4 stars, but it just was like they go on a road trip and there's a side story about them having to rescue one of their friends from some strange vampire group or whatever. It was okay. Some of the stuff in here is pretty funny, like the English kids' perspective of America and American culture. Some of those things were very funny. Like they take a funny trip to the Cheesecake Factory and just like how they perceive all these giant trucks and stuff people drive around. And anyways, yeah, so got that. I got this is another one from the library. These are all from the library. Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And I didn't realize, these are both by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Anyways, this is a book I've heard a ton about this year, and I just thought I'd go ahead and get it to read it. A lot of people are really loving it. I'm actually not sure if this is new or old. I think it came out early in 2019. But, a lot of people have been very excited about it. Yeah, it is 2019. So March 2019 is when my library got it. So hopefully it'll be a good read. And I might as well. So I didn't realize these were by the same person, but right now I'm in the middle of reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, also by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So I didn't realize that she wrote this and Daisy and the Sixes, but this I'm about halfway through. This has been pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's kind of about starlet from in the 1960s-ish and kind of how her life went. She ended up marrying 7 times and how she got to be a famous actress and how she held on to that fame and kind of all the games that get played around that. And so it's been good so far. It's not something I would normally read, but it's been easy to read. It's been pretty engaging. I'm honestly, at this point, I'm starting to get a little bit like bored with it, but hopefully it'll pick up a little bit more and be interesting. All right. The next one I just picked this up kind of randomly. This is a young adult fantasy. It's called There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole. It's her debut novel. I have heard some really good things about it, but I don't know a lot more than it's newer. It came out just a little bit ago, and it's a fantasy. So I'm excited to read this as well. And then the next one came out, everyone should be familiar with. This is brand new. It just came out last week, and this isn't young adult science fiction. And this is Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. This is the second book in the sequel to Skyward. I really like Skyward. I wouldn't say it was like my favorite Sanderson book because I'm not a huge sci-fi fan, but it was well done and it was well written, and I liked how creative it was, and it was a good read. So this is Starside, which is the sequel to that. And I'm not sure if he's planning on making this like a longer series or if this is going to be the last book in it. I don't know. So yeah, a lot of me not knowing stuff. So anyways, that's where all the books, that's where all the books, those are all the books I got in the last couple weeks. It might even be the last 3 weeks, but there's 2, they like all of them are kind of big. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So lucky 7 books from the library over the last few weeks. Yeah, I have been getting a lot of library books. I just don't have a lot of my own books to read right now, and I don't really want to buy books because most of the time I just get rid of them after I read them. I'm not a big like rereader. There's an occasional book that I really love that I will reread, but for the most part, I just read it and leave it. I don't know. I just read it and move on. So it's not really worth it for me to buy the books unless like we are buying the Full Metal Alchemist series because everyone in my family is reading them, and my son tends to reread a lot. So what else is going on? I feel like it's been a few weeks since I've done a Stacking the Shelves post. It's just been busy. We had a hockey tournament Thanksgiving weekend. I have been traveling off and on for work still, and we had quite a lot of storm over our Thanksgiving break here. I think it was Friday. We had a big, well, and they were saying it was like going to be just this huge amount of snow, and it ended up not being like a huge amount of snow. It ended up being just, I don't know. I think we got like 4 to 6 inches, and they were like saying 12. So we were kind of, part of the issue is it's warm here right now. So it's like in the low 30s, or it was when the storm was happening. And so then when it snows on surfaces, like the snow kind of turns to slush and like compacts. So you don't really know how much snow you've gotten because it's all kind of compacted into slush. And we did get, so then that storm went through, and then Friday night, or that was Wednesday night, and then Friday night through Sunday, we had another winter storm go through, and that was just like a lot of, it was weird. Like Friday and Saturday, it was a lot of like ice balls, like sleet, rain, ice balls, and then it turned into snow Sunday, and it snowed a lot on Sunday, so we probably got another 8 inches of snow. So we have quite a bit of snow right now. It was still very warm while it was snowing like that. So it's really wet, heavy snow, which is, for those who are experienced with snow, it's hard to deal with. Like you can't snow blow it very well. It's really heavy to shovel, and it's just messy. It's just kind of gross. But now kind of the worst thing that could happen happened. Last night it got super cold. So I think this morning it was 6 degrees, and they were having black ice warnings last night, and black ice is when your exhaust freezes on the road because it's so darn cold, and it's pretty much impossible to see it, and it can cause a lot of trouble with driving. Like you'll hit black ice and not know it, and your car will slide. So they had black ice advisories this morning, and I'm really happy we took an extra day off to like just hang out at home, and I'm very happy that I'm not dealing with a commute this morning. So it is supposed to warm up again tomorrow into the upper 20s, low 30s again. So all that problem will go away. But that's always like the worst situation here in Minnesota is when you have a whole bunch of snow and it's like warmish. And so it's all like melty. And then all of a sudden the temperature just drops overnight, and then everything's just ice. And that is the worst thing to drive on because you can't do anything about it. I mean, like you can use 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive and get through snow, but when it's ice and you just slide. So I was looking at the traffic map today, and again, very happy I didn't have to go to work this morning because it was really bad. Like just red grid across the Twin Cities today. So yeah. That's your weather update. My son and his team did okay at the hockey tournament this weekend. They pretty much completely lost their first game. Then they completely won their second game. It was like, first game was like they lost 0-6. Then the second game, they won like 7-1. And then the next game, they were actually pretty equal with the team, but they kind of fell apart. So they ended up losing that one as well. It was a more exciting game because the teams were more equal, but I don't know. And my son has a ton of time off. So not only did he get like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off last week, he gets Monday and Tuesday off this week. And yeah, so he's got a ton of time off. And then he's back for a few weeks and then they're off for Christmas break for 2 weeks. So, he's like looking at his, I don't know if you heard that. The cats are fighting outside of the door here. They're out there hissing at each other. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of it, I guess. We're looking forward to getting into Christmas. I'm going to have to travel again for work some more. And then hopefully I'll be around the rest of the year. We are going to take a trip over Christmas to San Francisco, kind of like after Christmas. So we're looking forward to that. Other than that, I hope you guys got a lot of great books and that you have a great week of reading ahead of you. And I will talk to you later. Bye.